So what we want to start to look at now is that when we start looking at our belief mechanisms, we truly have to go back to one thing first. What are our choices when we have the opportunity to communicate to people? And communication to me is only verbally 7%. It's really about what are my actions towards that person. So if we're truly going to start to look at the personal belief mechanism first, we want to understand that actions are going to show what your belief mechanisms are, not words or not the verbal outcome.
Now, if you look at something like goodwill,
Yep.
Goodwill towards other people can come from the way that you were brought up. So, OD, nice to see you, buddy.
See you, mate.
Touch,
Yep.
smiling, gestures that you use, welcoming ways of being, that sort of goodwill for any client is going to put them in a position where they're more receptive to you because it's showing straight away you're in it for them.
And it's interesting, Dave, if we go back into a bit of neuroscience here, just a little bit, and we start to understand that those mirror neurons in the brain, if we have someone who comes into our environment and they're not sure, it's something completely strange to them, no matter how comfortable they feel, our environments are intimidating. We're happy because we smile, we don't smile because we're happy. I think that's something we've really got to understand. The more that we can show joy, laughter, the fact that we have no judgment on people, the happier, the easier, and the more effective it becomes, and it shows in our businesses.
And that joy resonates. It resonates heart to heart. If your business is something that's perhaps a little intimidating for someone to come in, even if it looks great, even if it sounds great, it smells great. The fact is, you will have people who are coming to see you who are there for the first time, and it's a big step for them just to get into the door. And it's really looking at that for the first time. I know personally in my businesses, it's been very much, what if this client was your mum? What if this client was your daughter? What if this client was your best friend? What could you do now to make them feel most comfortable? And how would they, be feeling right now? And what can you do to take the next step? Is the onus on you as a professional?
Dave, beautifully put. My question was going to be upon that statement. So when you've welcomed those people with that thought process in mind, with that personal belief mechanism, what's their healing process like? What's their weight loss process like? What's their performance process like? Is it enhanced or detracted?
Oh, it's going to be enhanced, isn't it?
It's phenomenal.
Of course it's going to be enhanced.
But they're things that we don't take into account because we're not taught about them. Our ability to get qualifications in these industries that we work in, we seem to lose that personal touch. We sometimes push that aside for knowledge, for the understanding that the more we know, the better we are. But as you and I both do intrinsically, it's all about the human being in front of us. And to make the experience as non-intimidating, as non-invasive, and as enjoyable as we can to get the outcome for them, to suit them, to allow them and to empower them to go away feeling that they're actually going in the right direction.